The male protagonist is really amazing. When he was reincarnating, the goddess allowed him to take one item to the other world at will, but instead of choosing an overpowered piece of equipment or a great talent, he cleverly chose the goddess herself. This move completely stunned the goddess Aqua. Before she could react, another goddess suddenly appeared in the sky. It turned out that the male protagonist's wish had already been granted, and she was here to take over Aqua's job. The next second, a teleportation magic circle rose from beneath their feet. Aqua was so angry that she almost exploded. After all, she was a goddess in charge of the world. How could she be taken away like a tool? However, the male protagonist was extremely delighted.
あんたは俺が持っていくものに指定されたんだ。メガンならその神パワーとかでせいぜい俺を楽させてくれよ。
こんな男と異世界行きだなんて、いやさあ勇者よ、願わくばあまたの勇者候補たちの中からあなたが魔王を打ち倒すことを祈っています。さすれば神々からの贈り物としてどんな願いでも叶えて差し上げましょう。
おいマジで。
私のセリフ。さあ旅立ちなさい。
Yet, the more the male protagonist was at this moment, the more regretful he would be later, because the goddess Aqua was a complete failure. She was useless except for being cute, and she also seemed a bit crazy. As a goddess, she couldn't even produce a decent piece of equipment. Fortunately, the clever male protagonist already had a plan. According to the role-playing games he had played, the first thing to do after crossing into the other world was to go to the guild to gather information. But when he asked Aqua where the guild was, she didn't know at all.
こいつ使えねえ。
Just when the male protagonist was in a dilemma, Aqua suddenly stood up and planned to borrow money from a nearby priest in the name of the goddess of water. But it was embarrassing. The other person worshipped Eris, Aqua's junior. Just as Aqua was about to slink away, the priest stopped her and gave her 4 gold coins, saying it was a blessing from Lady Eris. The priest also reminded her that even a fanatical believer couldn't claim to be a goddess. This made Aqua extremely angry. Not only was her identity doubted, but she was also pitted by a believer of her junior goddess. But at least they had enough money to register as adventurers. The male protagonist confidently thought he would have a god-level talent, but he was soon proven wrong. Except for his intelligence and luck, which were not bad, his other attributes were quite ordinary. On the contrary, Aqua's various attributes exceeded the average, except for her intelligence and luck, which were a bit low. Soon, Aqua received praise and admiration from everyone. The strong contrast in their abilities made the male protagonist feel a bit dejected. He didn't expect that even after crossing into the other world, he was still the weakest. However, he quickly cheered up. After all, their adventure in the other world was about to begin. Scenes of life in the other world. Until it's so noisy.